Hi everyone and good morning. First, I need to apologize for 1 day delay. Yesterday I wanted to capture this video, but I was not feeling so good. Nothing serious, but a bit low energy. I hope you are all doing well. So let me just quickly go through the next step. If you remember, we finished the last session by discussing the idea that if we want to build our own career, we need to think about the capabilities that we need to put together, and these are our long-term investments. And here we discussed a dilemma between how much we should focus on some specific areas to be specialized and to excel in the level of expertise that we have, because then we have a sort of comparative advantage to many others, something we can do and many others cannot do at that level. And on the other hand, in many of the works, many situations, we need to have a range of capabilities, hard skills and soft skills, that together make us a capable person for a range of activities and positions. And that was basically the trade-off between the focus and the range. Of course, we cannot put unlimited efforts to excel on all the domains, so we have to sort of make a decision between which areas we want to actually consider as our focus, and therefore we excel on them to the higher levels of expertise, and which other areas we need to gain some capabilities but not maybe that much. So a minimum of those capabilities is enough. And there we introduced the idea of the expertise pyramid, which suggests that each of us can think about the career capabilities that we put together as elements of a pyramid, which at the center you have your own focal expertise. If someone asks you what is your expertise, what is your specialization, what is the core of your long-term profession, that's the answer to this middle pillar. And that's the area that we want to actually consider as the unique specialization of our own career, something that becomes our own brand, and we try to actually excel on that. And then we of course have a range of complementary capabilities, that some of them are hard capabilities, technical, specific to the domain that we are working, and some others are more soft capabilities, soft skills, that can be more or less relevant in many other domains and professions. And of course, this is a kind of simplified version. Maybe if you go a bit into the details, you can think of 15 to 20 different skills or capabilities. But the idea of the expertise pyramid is that let's just focus a little bit from distance and think about these 5 main areas, or 6 or 7. So the number is roughly this. And focus on these main capabilities that together make our own expertise pyramid. So just one example we discussed last time, and the first step that I would like you to suggest you to work on for the coming week is designing your expertise pyramid by defining the main areas of the pyramid. The first step would be you just get the slides that I made as a template through the WhatsApp group, and there you think about what would you put as the focal expertise that your profession, your career will center around that. There I suggest you think about an area of expertise that is to the core of your profession, something that is not that narrow, and also it's not too wide. When we think about the focal expertise, it's more about the unique specialization. So if you are working in the domain of, for instance, marketing, it should be something related to the marketing. If you are working in the domain of human resource management, then it should be something about that. You name any other examples. Also, we discussed this Ikigai model, or to put it in a simple way, the core expertise should be something that is at the intersection of what we are good at, what we would like to do, we have interest in, and something that we find meaningful. So very often it should be something that is to the core of the work that we do. And the core expertise, the focal expertise, should be something durable. We want to invest in that area for a long period, and therefore it shouldn't be actually that short term. So think about that and write it down under this middle column. Then move to the other capabilities that we call them hard complementary capabilities or hard skills. You may think of many, but I would suggest you to think about 2 or max 3 areas of technical or professional capabilities. The areas that add synergies to your core expertise. And sometimes these areas allow you to work in interdisciplinary areas. For instance, if you are in the domain of marketing, knowing about online digital domain or any online transaction or online commerce is another technical domain which for you would be the complementary capability and allows you to actually work with many other domains. Think about those capabilities, and there, as you see, if you think about 2 or 3, they are not at the same level of importance. So some of these complementary capabilities are closer to the middle column, which means that you need to have a higher level of expertise on them, some others less. So think about the order and the way that you put these 2 or 3 complementary hard capabilities next to each other. And then think about the soft skills or soft capabilities. And here again you can think about many generic soft skills: interpersonal relation, negotiation, presentation, human resource management, social intelligence, leadership, teamwork. But again, I would suggest you to think about 2 or 3 ones that you think are more specific to your own work and career. And if you have more than these 2-3 options, I would suggest that you focus on the ones that you think are most important. The things that if you want to invest time and energy to improve, you would invest in those areas and domains. So these would be the items that you put under these left side columns. So when you do that, at the end you come up with the general outline of your expertise pyramid, and I would like you to just write down these examples and send them to me, and I will give feedback to you. Before that, you may ask, how can you actually think about these items? How can you make a good choice? One technique that you already started with I think in the between the second and the third session was analyzing the vacancies. So if you go back to those vacancies that you think are your ideal vacancies, not now, in a few years, go to the areas that they described we would like to hire a person who is capable of, and then see what are the capabilities that they demand. Some of those capabilities are technical and core, and you may actually find the answer to your focal expertise or to the hard complementary capabilities there. And if you go further, very often in the job vacancies, they also highlight a list of soft skills that they want you to have. They can give you options on that, but then think about which ones you want to put to the expertise pyramid and be more selective on that. A second technique, which I would suggest you to go for and think about, is if you want to write down your ideal CV in, let's say, 5 years. So at the end of 2025, you are thinking about how your CV looks like at that time. What would you like to have in your capabilities when you write your CV? You say, I am a person who is an expert in these areas. I'm capable of doing this and that. And this also gives you ideas about what you want to think about, the core expertise, vocal expertise, hard complementary, and soft complementary. So I hope this already gives you an idea of the next step. Send your slides. It would be better if you send me just the PowerPoint, because then in the notes or on the comments I can give you feedback. If you have questions, maybe you cannot decide about this or that, again, feel free to write the comments, and I would love to hear have your inputs and come back to you with the comments. Wish you a very nice time. Enjoy this nice weather. I hope in any place that you are there, the weather is nice and you can enjoy that, and keep in touch.